Boo. It probably would help if I, you know, selected the correct audio output. Also, it would be very nice if Major Minor wouldn't crash when I'm trying to get it to load. Apparently it doesn't like being full screen. Nah, every time I try and put it full screen it just crashes. Which is sad. So... oh dear. Right, let's try and stretch this. So I gotta stretch out the game capture now. Oh well, that's gonna have to do. It's time for a relax stream. Kinda need it. Given the amount my last game that I just played pissed me the fuck off. Jesus. Of course, OBS, Streamlabs OBS won't let me change the bloody title for the stream. Oh, what's an annoyance. No. Delete that. Ah, there we go. Let's see if that's updated on Twitch. No, it hasn't. Because why wouldn't it? Okay. Well, I've done what I can. Let's swap this over, shall we? So, I'm not gonna lie, I actually brought this game maybe a year and a half ago. I've had it installed for God knows how long and I just haven't touched it whatsoever. So, let's quiet that down, shall we? And here we go. So this is obviously some kind of furry game. I actually, to tell you the truth, I actually haven't heard very much about it. So I suppose we're going into this. Okay then. Oh, F4 will enter windowed mode. Okay, let's give that a try, shall we? No, oh, that seems to have actually worked. Because apparently Alt and Enter doesn't, you know, it just doesn't make sense. Why would you want to use Alt Enter to make full screen? Although it has ruined the stream capture. 1 second. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Wow. Okay. Apparently putting it full screen actually has completely cocked it up. So let's unfull screen that and see what happens. Right, okay. 1 second. Right, unview that. Ah! Delete! Delete! Fucking hell. Yes, I'm sure I want to delete that. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Oh, wow. Apparently the game being full screen literally does completely fucking break it. Well, ain't that wonderful? Remove, yes. Let's try this again without it full screen. Game capture. No. This is... It's completely fucking broken it. Okay. So let's... Okay, so... Note to self. No full screen. Oh, what is this? Right, okay. See, I need to set up things again in OBS because I actually delete... It's not showing because it's still using the old settings from my live view, but in my editor I've actually removed the capture, so I need to set it all up again. Which, for some reason, it just does not want to. So I guess we'll stick with what we've got at the moment then. Seeing as that seems to actually be working. Yeah. So I suppose let's finally get into this shit. Let's see. So I wonder if I should voice this. Should I voice this? Actually say things and stuff? I wonder. I guess we'll go with that. Let me just position my microphone a little better. Oh, where's my cup of tea? Should have a chill session. Where am I? Is this outer space? No, it absolutely can't be. I'd never survive in the void. I scan my surroundings. What I see should be an impossibility. A luminescent nebula gazes back at me. It twinkles, dancing across the sky. It's beautiful, but I'm not here to stargaze. As I take in this scenario, I notice some key things. My feet are not on solid ground. I appear suspended. And for some reason, I'm able to hear and breathe. Those are the two things you can't do in space. I count this as a blessing and focus on breathing. There were exercises I could use to calm myself down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before I can count any higher though, I'm interrupted. At that moment, I realise I'm not here by myself. I feel a hand rest upon my shoulder and I shiver. I expect to feel fear, but a rush of calm overtakes me. Oh, that is a bit loud. Let's turn that down a little bit, shall we? Hello and welcome to the Ark. This is a very special place, you see. Only a select few are allowed to be here. So this must be I think this is hyena, by the looks of it. This is home to those touched by fate, imbued with a power most would call fiction. Others have come, but it's now your turn. First and foremost, I require a name. Something to enter in the annals of time. We must ensure that you aren't forgotten. Dear God, I hate making up names. Really? Oh my God. You can see that there is an extra space there. Oh, wow. No, there isn't. Ha! That works. 8 character space. What are we at? Are we in the 1990s again or something? Fluffy on, It has a nice ring to it. I'm sure you'll be remembered. Get out of here. My name, you ask? I'm afraid that's not important. No one will remember me after this. Your presence here portends a grand fate. Not just for you, but the universe too. Go away, Twitch! Oh my God. Fucking thing. Seriously? So unprofessional. That is the purpose of those who come here. To that end, what else do they call you? Your surname is just as important. And out of curiosity, I must know. Oh my God, really? Oh my God. If I had known that they were picking a surname, I would probably have picked a better first name. There we go. Oh God, get on with it. Yes, fluff all around. In giving me your name, the deed is done. Your service to me and the Ark is pledged. But do not worry, you're not a slave. Your service rewards you with a power, something that most would kill to achieve. Others must bend to the rules of the world. But for you, the opposite rings true. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. When you make a choice, reality will bend. Your every whim will fall into your lap. The universe now accommodates you. This is the power granted to you by the Ark. This is the power granted to you by me. Oh, it appears that you're fading away. Do you long to return to Earth? No. I understand. There is fear in the unknown. I will find you again soon. And perhaps then we can talk a little more. Don't be scared, Fluffyon. I mean no harm. Yes, let's do that. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Well, I suppose it said you need to save often. True ending flags. Huh. And suddenly we're on a bullet train. I feel a rush of speed as I am knocked back into my body. Shot. It was almost as if my spirit momentarily left me. Who was that man? Well, it wasn't a man. It was a hyena. You should be saying, who was that hyena? Looked like a hyena. Could have been a maned wolf. Who knows? And just what was the Ark? A load of bumpkiss. I scratch my head in a state of sheer confusion. I'm confused right now. It definitely wasn't a dream. I know that for sure. When you wake up from a dream, you know it wasn't real. You laugh it off, continue on with your life. That's not the sensation I was feeling right now. I try to ground myself in reality. I take in my surroundings, the noises and people. I focus on my destination, Tokyo, Japan. Of course it's got to be Japan. It couldn't have been Moscow in Russia, could it? No, it's got to be one of those silly major cities, of course. It couldn't have been London. I feel myself calm down, slowly but surely. I mean, wouldn't that be fucking nice? How about we have some kind of story like this that's actually based in London? You know, not New York, not Tokyo. The anxiety starts to replace itself with excitement, though many would argue what the difference is. Who didn't dream of going to Tokyo in their lifetime? It had to be on the bucket list of millions of people, and it was the first of many places I'd visit on what would surely be the best year of my life. I sit there, holding the armrest with a fierce grip. It wouldn't be long until I figured out how wrong I was. So you got, looks like an otter and a squirrel or a chipmunk. God. What is this? I tried my best to maintain my composure. A can of Pop Star held firmly in my grasp. Gordon Bennett. 2 hours, of course. I wasn't one to drink energy drinks so leisurely. Oh, that must be a play on Rockstar, the energy drink. But I picked up what you might call an addiction. Oh, hey there, Green Fox. For a little bit more context, I'll say this. Popstar was the leading brand of energy drink. Yeah, I wouldn't call Rockstar the leading brand of energy drink. In fact, it was almost as popular as soda. No, it isn't. Oh, this is hurting me already. This is hurting my brain already. Because of course it had full endorsement from a famous pop idol. Cliche! A contest was held to coincide with this idol's new tour. 2 special cans were then thrown into the wild. Those that found them got to travel with the tour. Oh dear. Almost like a golden ticket from old childhood stories. The contest made the drink skyrocket in popularity. Oh, this reminds me of that episode from Futurama. Frying the Slurm factory. Oh, Gordon Bennett. I really hope this game isn't going to start like that. I'd rather go watch Futurama. It took the world by storm. Of course it did. A cultural phenomenon. The chance to live a life of luxury was hard to pass up. In case you didn't know, the name of the idol was Clace. So when I say I picked up something of an addiction, that might actually be the understatement of the year. The odds of winning were literally in the billions. Well, yeah, if they only threw out 2 bloody cans. So it took a fair amount of chugging in order to win, and a fair amount of running to keep all of those calories off. I ask myself if it was worth it, but that's subjective. At least that's what I told myself in between jitters. Well, there you go. Being one of the lucky 2 came with its consequences. Wait, so the one of the only 2 cans somehow managed to... Where does this player character live again? Not in Japan, apparently, because, well, we're travelling to Japan. Oh my god, we haven't even got out of the intro yet! That's what the media called the prospective winners. Before I can continue thinking, I'm interrupted. I'm just going to interrupt myself here with a chug of tea. Oh god, that's good stuff. You want an addiction? Try grabbing a bunch of tea, drinking all that. Someone walking down the aisle has a nasty fall. They brace their descent and land on the seat beside me. It's a woman! That takes a special kind of skill, doesn't it? No, never mind, it was a bloke. He quickly rises to his feet wearing a look of panic. Oh god, gosh, those colours. Oh. The colours are making my eyes burn. Making my eyes burn! Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I nod my head. It's not the end of the world. Aside from a minor frighten. Don't you mean a minor scare? Everything is fine. Although maybe we could talk to pass the time. It was starting to get boring, sitting by myself. First time on a train. Don't know what came over me. I just got dizzy and then, bam. Sounds like someone has a case of vertigo. I apologise again. Sorry for intruding, I really am. Jog on, mate! I try explaining to him that everything is fine, but he seems to think he's committed an awful crime. You must be Canadian. Wait, what? Oh wow, we actually get to interact with the story for the first time. Not past. Before you can, an alarm sounds loudly. The train comes to a screeching halt. Mechanical failure? That's not good. Oh no, what was that? Are we going to die? A can't help but snicker at that. He's clearly one of those catastrophic thinkers. Good thing I brought a conch. Why? Now I can be in power if we're stranded. What? Okay, I need to Google what the fuck a conch is. Okay, a tropical marine mollusk with a robust spiral shell which may bear long projectors and have a flared lip. What? So why do you have a shell on you? He goes to rummage through his bag. A bit of a bookworm too, isn't he? I decide to just sit back and wait it out. In situations like this, there was nothing else to do. I try and think of how I could pass the time. I got a few ideas. It might be a while until we're mobile again. I can't use my phone for anything other than texts. The data charges while abroad were a death sentence. So download some games. But everybody back home would already be asleep. Right, okay, so clearly it's possible he's from America perhaps. Or some other Western country then. There was quite the time difference at play here. My phone vibrates, and I go to look at it, almost as if I knew I was thinking about it. I hate iPhones so much. It's Rook, the man I'm meeting at the train station. He's wondering where I am. I'm not sure what to say. Should I play it cool or let him know we've stalled? Well, how about being honest? Really? Really? Train has broken down. Can't say when I will be there. How difficult was that? I want to bang my head against a wall. Uncertainty, my least favourite thing to hear. Oh, you're a twat then. Oh, her, Verizon. But somehow I feel like that's exactly what's happened. His reply signals a feeling of discontent. But there was nothing I could do. And of course I was truthful. But if he doesn't like the truth, then he's a twat, isn't he? I could rest easy. I noticed that the squirrel is also eagerly texting away. I put my phone back in my pocket and recline in my seat. I wasn't exactly sure how Rook was related to Clace, but he had to be pretty high up there. I was only given concrete details last week. I thought there'd be limos and media coverage, but I was quickly told that this wasn't the case. I was getting picked up by a regular guy named Rook. I wonder if he would go full-on cliche. Well, this game has already got a full-on cliche. It's 110% cliche so far. With a large piece of cardboard that says Fluffy on. Oh man, I really hope we'll be okay. My train rides are usually incident-free. Usually? but he said that this was his first time. He seems to contradict himself without realizing it. Well, as fun as awkward silences are, we should probably get to know each other. No, please. Go away, pastel-coloured squirrel chipmunk thingy. Just in case we're stuck here forever. I choose the window. Me first. Oh, how fun that would be. Keela. Okay. You can call me Keela. I'm here to see some friends. What about you? What brings you to Tokyo? It's nice to meet another English speaker. I only speak Japanese at preschool level. I'm about to answer, but I stopped myself short. I have flashbacks to when I signed that NDA. I wasn't allowed to publicly reveal why I was here. At least not until the media made it official. But then again, what harm could it do? What harm? It's an NDA contract. Oh, face desk. Please, kill me. This was supposed to be a relaxing stream. But no, this is already making me want to tear my hair out. But then again, what harm could it do? It'd likely never find itself back to me. Ah! Plus, Keela could be impressed with who I really am. A friend would be a great thing to have while abroad. Not this neon glow stick. Not break the NDA. Yes, let's be a good boy. It was probably for the best. Who wants a lawsuit? If I did let out my secret and word got back to Rook, well, I'm sure there'd be hell to pay. Oh, you can't say? That's cool, I guess. I'm just here to visit my brother. Nothing to hide on my end, really. I thought he said he was here to meet friends. Now he's here to meet his brother? That seems odd. Nothing to hide, huh? I feel bad that I can't tell him. He clearly realizes that I'm hiding something. I'm still really excited. It's my first time in Tokyo. Got to hit up all the maid cafes. Of course. I think I need to put a cliche counter on my fucking screen. Of course, typical tourist. What about you? Would you ever go to a maid cafe? I've heard they're just the best. Maid cafes? Those were much like restaurants in Western culture. However, your waitress actually stays at your table. You converse with them, play games, get to know them, fondle them under the table. It was definitely a foreign concept to me. How do I respond to Keela? You know what, if I ever did visit Japan, I wouldn't go there for the maid cafes or the anime. I'd actually really like to visit a shrine, one of those Shinto shrines. That would be pretty cool. But it would still be nice to go to one. Just to experience it. Cool. We'll have to keep in touch. I've looked online at all the tourist sites. There's some great ones down in Akihabara. Before I can continue talking, the train moves again, and the passengers are shaken up by the sudden movement. Keela beams a wide smile. as if this was a major victory. Wow, I was scared for nothing. That didn't really last long at all. He sure seems like quite the character. Yes, he's a very colourful character. Ha ha! If we did end up going to those maid cafes, well, there'd be no shortage of entertainment. I wonder if the same could be said of Rook. More importantly, I wonder how he'd treat me. He certainly seems like an interesting guy. He lied to you like 3 times already, and you say he's an interesting guy. I would be fucking suspicious, mate. Oh. For a moment, I'm glad I didn't break my NDA. I don't think I would have been able to face him if I did. I find it odd that I'm analysing my previous actions, as if I could have changed what I said and what I did. Perhaps it was because of that weird vision I had. I can control my own destiny, or something like that. What a ridiculous thing to comprehend. If I could control my destiny, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be off somewhere living a life of luxury. But there's no use thinking like that, so I stop. At that exact moment, a pain attacks my chest. More pain than I've ever felt before. It pulses with my increasingly fast heartbeat. I go to clutch my gut instinctively, only to find out that I can't move. Everyone around me seems to have frozen in place. I start to panic. I go to focus on my breathing like before, but I can't breathe either. I sense someone behind me, and then I feel it, that hand on my shoulder again. The pain fades away, and I gasp loudly for air. Is there something about his touch? Terribly sorry for earlier. Our meeting seems to have been cut short. Perhaps you decide to return to Earth. After all, the universe bends to you now. Am I that frightening? Either way, I sense conflict within you. You think what happened earlier was a dream? Yet now, your dream stands before you. I am real. The Ark is real. And the power that you have? Well, yes, that's real too. I'm not here to lecture you anymore. Your words and actions are your own, as is the power I have given you. However, you will be asked to help me. You are not receiving this power for free, but I will let you run free for today. When I see you again tonight, I will tell you anything. There's not supposed to be a question mark there. It's when I see you again tonight, apostrophe or ellipsis or something like that, I will tell you everything. And then your journey will begin. Would you like to save your game? Yes! Let's just... Yay. I was immediately shot back into my own reality. Or at least, the reality I was comfortable with. But now I know one thing for sure. That really happened. The Ark wasn't just a dream. He actually gave me some sort of power. I have no idea what to think right now. The confusion inside of me intensifies. It's like millions of voices are fighting in my head, trying to make sense of everything that happened. Hey, are you coming? Keeler stands before me, his luggage in tow. I notice that I'm also standing up. It appears that my body has moved on its own, almost like something momentarily took over. Did I say something wrong? Gosh, I need to watch my mouth. I tell him that he did nothing wrong. Oh, you did everything wrong. I let him know I was lost in my own train of thought. He seems to giggle as if this was a pun. I decide to take the credit for it. Damn right! You make a pun, fucking take credit for it. Perhaps in an attempt to ease my inner turmoil. At least he waited for me, or I'd be clueless right now. That's the last thing I'd want to be. Alone and confused in Tokyo. Bad combination. I apologise for the delay as we exit the train. Fright looms over me for the rest of the day. Whatever happened tonight would change everything. Oh my god, are we finally leaving the train? Earlier that day, in the courtrooms of terror. A planet far from Earth, yet closer than was known to any. We have left the train. It's only been about 35 minutes, but we have left at last. Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, I present to you Lord Plyer. Okay. Your current leader in the race for mayor, and with that, your future king. I've been his humble servant for years, and through that I'm certain of one thing. He will bring terror to an age of prosperity.
Oh, so fuzzy.
Come now, Riley, you embarrass me. I'd rather speak for myself. I'm flattered, but they need to hear me. I shall speak of this prosperity on my own. This is something every Terran must hear. Could you have not thought of something better than Terran? Really? Under our current king, we are doomed. Forgive me, Lord Plyer. I did not mean to embarrass you. Not in front of all these people. I mean you no quarrel, Riley. Have a seat. I'll call you as needed. Yes, my lord. Allow me to ask you all a question. You do not need to answer vocally. Just ponder on it as food for thought. If I may paint an image in your minds. You have a starving family. Your only desire is to feed them. You work harder than you ever have before. But you only have enough food to feed half. The rest of your family will simply starve. Wait, what? No, you just share it out. What? You just share it amongst everyone. How difficult is that? Though before you can eat, there's a knock. A violent rapping on the door of your home. You learn that it's someone new to Terra. They fled the destruction of their home. All they want is a new life on our soil. They beg for your food, almost dying. But if you feed them, your family suffers. In this case, charity is a curse. They live, and your family may die. So what would you do? Would you help a stranger, even if it goes on to hurt your family? Go away, War Thunder, you shall not update now. Why is that agent running? Fuck off. I believe I know what your answer is. Why would I let my family die? Why would I give a stranger my food? I do not blame you if this is your answer. No, that's just a normal, common sense answer. Of course, you could always just, share the food. See, there seems to be some implication here that you're going to just give them all of your food and let everyone else starve. No, just come in, have a seat, and we will share the food we've got. Everyone gets a share. You worked so hard for the sustenance. Why are you expected to just give it away? Why is Terra expected to give it away? This is the portrait painted of our world. A place to be taken advantage of. Used. Oh, kinda sounds like modern day England. We can barely sustain ourselves. Yet we need to care for these immigrants. Oh, hot topic issue! Your current king is making fatal mistakes. He gives everything away, freely. And he calls himself the immortal king. In this case, I call them Theresa May. If he truly lived for several millennia, well, you'd think he'd have common sense. Something Terra has been lacking as of late. I would say most of the world is lacking common sense as of late. Every immigrant we accept, they're another stroke on our canvas. One that paints us as lax and lazy. The more we accept into our world, the more we condemn ourselves to accept. This is the power of that word of mouth. At this rate, we will all die. Regardless of our origin, we will starve. I wanted a strict immigration law, but even this would not help us. You don't allow a disease to run rampant. I'm kind of liking this guy. We need to cure this blight permanently. A vote for Player will give us severance, a disconnect from all the other worlds. No longer will they be able to use us. If elected, I will devote my life to this. I will ensure Terra's independence and our base right to live fulfilling lives. Only then will we be free from immigration. Only then will our resources be our own. That is all. Will there be any questions? So this is, can't tell if male or female. Brain is confused. Probably a femboy. I have a question for you, Lord Player. If you're accepting, of course. Please speak, my child. My name is Kalen. Please refrain from calling me child. I'm not one of your blind followers. The real problem lies with your greed. You're a noble. You have so much food. Why do you hoard and say we've run short? What? If people like you learned to share, well, we'd all be leading happy lives. You're a single man, yet I've seen some inside reports. You hoard enough food to feed dozens. Yeah, definitely one issue today. Too many people with too much and not sharing it. Inside reports. Wouldn't it be more fitting to share? The supply is there, Lord Player. Your campaign is based on a lie. And why do you have so much food? You don't look that round to me. This is why Lord Velazquez wants a tithe. Not on everybody, just the rich. So I don't think you care about our food, or any resources for that matter. You only care about removing foreigners. So my question is, what is the true reason you seek severance? What gives you the right to say this? Fair and honest criticism. Yay. You're speaking to your future king. Future king? Don't make me laugh. You're avoiding the question. Where is your proof? Accusations require evidence, Kalen. Something I'm sure you don't have. I laugh at the notion that I'm hoarding. Especially enough to feed dozens of people. Again, that should be a full stop. It shouldn't be a question mark, it should be a full stop. I know the importance of giving. I would never keep that while others starve. Really? You fooled me? That story you just told everyone? It was about not sharing and giving. I asked why you seek severance, and you go and get this defensive? Your hatred speaks volume, Lord Player. There's no need to discriminate here. Everyone deserves food and shelter. This is true. Not just those native to Terra. I seek severance to be independent. I only want to share amongst our own. I don't want a reputation of charity. Think that is a good idea. You don't want to be known for being someone that just gives and gives and gives. Because then you have today's society. I want Terra to thrive on its own. If we keep giving things away, we only give off a bad image of ourselves. There is nothing wrong with giving. You have to do it in moderation and prioritize. Well, even if you did achieve severance, we'd still be full of immigrants. Not only that, but their descendants too. How does this make you feel? Simple. We'd establish a new Terra. Once we are severed, we'd all be natives. We'd unite as one self-sustaining world. Funny you should bring that up now. Rebranding our entire world. You think that'd be part of your campaign. Typical politician. Making things up. Well, yeah, isn't that what they do on every fucking election? Turning all the negatives into positives. I'll give you credit, but I'm not fooled. I ask again for proof, child. Fine. Your servant, Kabu, has all of it. He provided a peculiar shipping manifest. It should be all that we need to prove this. What? And the evidence substantiates his claims. Claims of hearing immigrant hate speech. A nightly pastime of yours, it seems. I'll let him handle it from here. I can confirm all that Kalen said. Kabu? Is that Kabu? Kabu, you traitor. What have I done to deserve this? At first I thought Player was my friend. I know I'm not from Terra, but he made me feel wanted, like a son. But he started to hate immigrants so much. I realised more that I was only being used. He just wanted a cheap servant. And now recently he's been hoarding food. Creating nothing but an artificial shortage. One he can conveniently blame on immigrants. And one that he can use for cover. He conveniently hides his hatred while supporting his campaign for mayor. The problem isn't those coming to Terra. It's the greed of those that live on it. And this can be considered true in today's society as well. Our immortal king speaks the truth. A tithe on the upper class. Yes, then everyone would be fed. Vote for Velazquez's continued reign. You know you speak lies. Why are you doing this, Kabu? Here. I don't fucking know. Kabu. Maybe it's Kabu? Please look at this shipping manifest. I will place it here for all to see, that you may know Player's true nature. Remember, he owns lots of land on Terra. This is but one of many instances. I'm positive he hoards at his other homes. Forged. The evidence is forged. Do not trust such infantile accusations. It was likely created by Velazquez. Riley, have a word with the people. Ensure that they realise Kabu's deceit. And guards, please detain those two men. Oh no! Oh wow, he made it back to the train station. No! Let's see. Okay, so I've forgotten how to get to the menu. Oh wow, okay. That turns on an F... Nope. Ah, what the hell? Okay, so that's apparently scaling. F4 is full screen, F5 goes back to the main menu. Oh, cock. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well... Oh, I think I've bitched at this game enough for tonight, so I'm probably going to end it there for now. For those of you that did pop along and are watching, thank you very much for watching. And maybe I will actually keep up this as a series. The videos will obviously be available on Twitch. I'll stream on Twitch. And then they'll be available on YouTube when I transfer them over using the export. So thank you for watching. And ladies and gentle furs, have a pleasant night.